crash and burn.
Hey everybody. So tonight I am looking to discuss Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. Now, this movie, it stars, can't remember the actor's name, but the dad in this, he is, I think his name's John. He's played by the guy that played Zeke in Tour of Duty, for anybody that remembers that show. That show was rad. It was about Vietnam. It was on back in the late 80s, I think, early 90s. But yeah, I mean, that movie was awesome. And unfortunately, this movie is not. This movie, oh God. This movie feels forced. It doesn't make sense. It takes place in, I think, a town called Hemingsford. And John and his son Danny show up. They're kind of estranged because John wasn't able to make the marriage work with Danny's mom, and so Danny's pissed off at him. John's trying his best to be a good father, blah, blah, blah. So they end up in this place, Hemingford, and it's just near Gatlin. And a couple days after I think the original Children of the Corn ended, apparently people from Hemingford came and grabbed a bunch of the kids and decided to try and give them more normal lives, and brought them into Hemingford, like I said, in some strange attempt to give them a normal life, except these kids really aren't normal anymore. And so all these murders happen. The one main kid's name is Micah. He is really in league with He Who Walks Behind the Rose. There's a really good killing in the church where Micah's messing with this like wooden doll that he had made of one of the parishioners, one of the characters in it that he wanted dead. And God, the guy's face, he bleeds out through every orifice on his face, like his eyes, his nose, his ears, his mouth. He bleeds out on the church floor, and that killing was so worth it. Other than that, unfortunately, this movie isn't really worth much. I can't believe this was released theatrically. That's the craziest part about this. But yeah, it was released theatrically. I remember seeing the posters when I was a kid. It doesn't make sense for them to sequelize Children of the Corn. Children of the Corn is such a good one-off. And then for them to attempt to sequelize this, it just feels so forced. I don't believe the characters. I don't believe the kids. That sinister sense from the first Children of the Corn is completely gone. I don't know. I had trouble getting through this one. I was tempted to fast forward. The end is so dumb. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. I don't want to keep bashing movies. So yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a few minutes while I attempted to discuss the second Children of the Corn, the Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. Like always, if you like this review or you like this movie, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But like always, most importantly, please don't forget that the world is actually a better place because you're in it. I'm gonna go because it's getting kind of dark. Have a good night.